try our character, the character made for streaming, and see if we can actually get out of the tutorial this time. Last time I had to cut the stream short because, well, we couldn't leave the armory during the tutorial. It was ridiculous. So today, we're actually going to today we're going to see if we can get a different outcome. Here we go. Okay, let's see if anything's changed. Oh yay, we can actually leave the tutorial now. Okay, let's actually get through this so we can actually get our ship. I am actually planning on using the legendary Tier 6 Galaxy class variant that comes with the first legendary bundle. And the reason I'm doing that is because of all the memes you see on the STO page, and it has to do with the most recent episode of Star Trek Picard. So yeah, and spoiler alert, I'll give time for anyone who hasn't seen it. Yeah, the Enterprise D returns. So in honor of that, I'm actually going to start flying an Galaxy class starship.
You saved me from fate and death. I'll get back to manning the transporters. That's going to be a problem. We took some hard hits in the initial salvo, and there are hull breaches in the corridor. I don't think you can make it there. We still have main power cell. Yes, I think I can. Get on the transporter pad, and I'll beam you there.
Okay, well, seeing as we can actually do something this time, let's get this tutorial done. Well, seeing as we can actually do something this time, let's get this tutorial done. Okay,
Your timing is fortuitous, sir. We are making a push to retake main engineering.
so there are usually only two types of characters I play in this game. It's usually either engineering or tactical officers. Engineering officers, awesome tanks, great DPS. I, for some reason, can't play a science character very well. Now, that being said, I do have a science character. That's my discovery character I use in my personal time, but I've already got him like up to like the max level, got him up to date and all that stuff, so I'm not going to be touching him again until the next major arc that comes here.
Oh, okay. I've got an idea. I saw this in a Starfleet history sim, so I'm pretty sure it'll work. I need you to prepare the plasma coolant for emergency release. Any riskier than standing around while the Borg send over your drones? I don't think so. Hurry! I do not want to be assimilated. No, thank you.
Okay, so I'm of mixed minds with this redone tutorial. I've been playing this game for years, so I know how each iteration of the tutorial used to be. I think the one that was already part of the game before was fine enough. I mean, already in a full-scale battle with the Borg, that was fine enough. The previous version, though, does emphasis more on the Klingon war aspect of it, which is fine.
Data, you mad android genius! It actually worked! I'm glad I was paying attention in history class that day. That plasma coolant really did a number on the Borg. You won't be coming back here anytime soon. That's good. That's very, very good.
Number 1, we've got injured up here and the Borg could send a boarding party at any time. I need you back on the bridge.
Go. See to the bridge. We will secure main engineering.
Here's the funny thing, though, about this version of the game compared to the PC version. And I've actually played both now because I have a gaming PC, courteous of my brother. The PC version actually seems to be a little more smoother frame rate. That being said, I will not abandon this version of the game, mostly because, one, I've spent so much money on this version of the game over the years, so I am not going to touch this or abandon it.
The bridge is secure, for now. Help the others back onto their feet, Number 1.
You have my gratitude.
I owe you. Both of you. Thanks.
Nice work, Number 1. Looks like that phaser training paid off.
Captain, look out!
So I kind of like this a little more than actually having Captain Taggart killed. If you played the previous versions of these of this tutorial, he's usually killed via stabbing via a Klingon attacker or boarding party. This, him being actually assimilated, actually adds a chance that they can bring him back into the story at some point. I mean, they managed to save Captain Picard from assimilation, so that, and they hinted that they did save Captain Taggart from assimilation, so. I'm expecting to see him back again in this campaign at some point.
We survived, but the captain, he trusted you to take command. All we can do now is survive.
By the way, if you hear that sound in the background, that's me finishing my lunch. Yay! A stock epic bridge officer.
All decks reporting in, sir. We took
something everyone will get. So in essence, why is she considered epic?
But some are worse than others. Life support is stable, but anything else could be an issue.
I have been trying to get a distress call out, Captain, but something is jamming all frequencies.
I think she took some real damage. We're in rough shape too, Captain.
Still running diagnostics, sir. Took took us some time to get the systems back online.
Hailing the break-even now, Captain. No response, Captain. I suggest that we move closer for a short-range scan.
Okay, so in this version of the game, the break-even is abandoned. In previous version of the games, they had some different captains on them. One was like, I think it was Hardcore Fenton Mudd's Descendants. And then the one before that was actually Quark himself. So I think I kind of feel like taking those out of this game kind of makes the whole point of hiring them to be a voice actor in this segment kind of pointless.
No life forms detected. The ship is broadcasting its distress signal via automation. I suggest that we remotely order the break-even's computer to cease the distress signal.
The Miranda class is a nice ship, but
Captain, and it's not good.
I'm not gonna lie, it's too small for my taste.
All of the plasma injectors are damaged, beyond repair.
I'm not gonna lie, it's too small for my taste.
Not enough. Plasma injectors are made to withstand quite a beating, but we took too much damage in main engineering. I'm installing what spares we have, but we're short 3 injectors.
And welcome to the stream, one other viewer. We are finally getting through the tutorial, so
and the amount of wreckage present
oh,
is considerable.
hopefully it doesn't glitch out again and I get stuck and have to end the stream early again.
Like the break-even. Logic suggests that we may discover similar opportunities for salvaging. I recommend scanning the debris field. Some of the derelicts present may contain intact plasma injectors.
Bingo! I found some suitable debris in the boneyard nearby. Destroy 3 of those nacelles, and we should get the parts we need.
Press the R2 button to fire energy weapons. An item has dropped for you.
And boom. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Miranda class is a very nice ship, but it just feels more compact than I'm used to. I mean, I grew up with the Galaxy class starship in reruns of TNG when I was young. So, overall, I prefer bigger ships than smaller ones.
Gorgeous technology. Type R, if I had to guess. 3.7 liter flow with shielded reservoirs and a drop.
That being said, I still have a few exceptions, like the refit Constitution class, which I think looks better than the original Constitution class. Fight me if you want.
I'll get everything installed as soon as I can, Captain. Just remember, safety comes first.
And Voyager's not bad, though it's technically not a small ship, but it's not a big ship either.
Unfortunately so, Captain. We are still unable to send a distress signal. There are several operational Starfleet comm satellites near our position. My preliminary attempts to use them to send a distress signal were not successful. A sensor scan revealed the presence of Borg technology in each satellite, and that they are the source of the jamming signal. Since time is a factor, the most expedient solution to the problem is the destruction of the assimilated satellites. Their elimination should allow us to send a distress signal to Starfleet Command.
So, like I was saying earlier, I'm a little bit of a mixed mind about how they changed this. Originally, it was this part of the tutorial was tied into the story arc that the Klingons and the Federation are at war, which is fine enough. But it's an important part of the early part of the campaign, and that fact doesn't change until you get to about the Solinae part of the campaign.
Captain, the Borg ship sustained damage in our encounter and is likely to be.
So actually removing the Klingons from this part, I don't know.
We might be able to use that plasma to find them.
And if you're wondering who the second viewer is, that's me. I'm on my computer watching how the stream is going, and it's a little easier to monitor the chat that way.
Understood. Fortunately, our sensors are sufficient to the task of following the trace plasma signature. Now enhancing the plasma trail imaging, the recolored visuals should appear on our mapping systems.
It's pretty far out, sir. We should use the ship's full impulse power to reach it. This will temporarily take power from other systems, but vastly improve our speed. Once we drop out of full impulse, the power will return to other systems.
Hold up on the D-pad to activate and deactivate full impulse.
I will say the music in this game is superb. Like, even the opening theme is
Multiple
just
Borg vessels on sensors.
really good.
These probes do not
And I mean the original one. Now that's why they probably kept it in the game, but still, I would still like it to be the theme that greets me when I open up the game.
We should continue to follow the plasma trail.
Press circle left to activate high-yield torpedo.
Yeah, I'm not surprised to took damage there.
High-yield torpedo will increase the power of your...
You typically want to fly away from those exploding ships.
Captain, the Borg have adapted. These vessels possess shields.
Yeah, they possess shields. That's going to be a common factor in every ship we fight going forward. I mean, seriously. You're gonna make a big deal about a ship having shields. Look, just overpower the shields and we're good.
Incoming threat.
This is Captain Nog of the USS Chimera. Do you require assistance?
Okay, I will say this. I am glad they did not remove any of Aaron Eisenberg's voice work. The fact that he passed away, it still gives respect to him, and not exactly ignore his contribution to Star Trek at all. I'm glad they're still using it. I hope it remains in the game for a very long time. And the same goes with Leonard Nimoy's voice work. They didn't really necessarily remove Leonard Nimoy's voice work. They have used it in a liberal sense in the game, but overall, they never really removed it, and that's to honor the late, great Leonard Nimoy.
I see. And you're the acting captain. Right. Well done, Cadet. Looks like your ship is in need of repairs. Set a course for our position. Chimera out.
Another Borg sphere is attacking.
I still don't know how I feel about having replaced the Klingons with the Borg here. I mean, on one hand, it makes sense in a way, but you still gotta remember, at this point in the campaign, we're at war with the Klingons.
This is Admiral Janeway. Looks like you're having a little Borg trouble. Let's see what we can do about that.
I do kind of like the fact that they added Kate McGrew into the tutorial. I mean, considering the fact that she's reprised her role as Janeway in Prodigy, it makes very much sense to have her do extra voice work in the game itself. I just wish Patrick Stewart would come back and reprise as well as Picard in the game, but can't complain too much. Still one of my favorite games here.
So, the rumors are true. The Borg have returned. We've got our work cut out. Assimilation isn't a fate that anyone should suffer. And I hesitate to think about what the Borg would do with a captive Starfleet captain. They must have taken him for a reason. Otherwise, they wouldn't have left without assimilating your entire crew. Agreed. We'll do everything we can to bring your captain home, Cadet. I don't like the sound of that at all. We need to get to the Pollock system and help the Kittimer before it's too late. Indeed it does. I'll need all the help I can get with this situation. Consider this a field promotion, Captain. Now then, set a course to the Pollock system, best possible speed. Voyager and Chimera will rendezvous with you there. Janeway out.
Okay. Here's... Now, I mentioned what I said about Aaron Eisenberg? Or however you say his name. Gosh dang it. I can't believe I butchered that.
We've arrived in the Pollock system. I have...
But nonetheless, despite what I said about them not removing his voice acting part, they did kind of remove it in this part and replaced it with Kate McGrew's Catherine Janeway stuff. Can't really complain too much. I like Catherine Janeway, but I still think that's a little bit not respectful to Aaron.
Something's not right. Where are the Borg ships that attacked the Kittimer? Captain, I want you to scan those nearby gas clouds while we assist the crew of the Kittimer. Make sure they're not hiding any unwanted guests.
Sensors are having difficulty getting clear resolution through the gaseous anomalies. We will need to move in to very close range to acquire useful information.
Press right on the D-pad to set your ship's power levels to have a focus on attack, defense, auxiliary, or speed.
Reports indicate traces of gamma radiation, but there's something off in the readings.
Yeah, this thing is blocking my view. I'm not exactly happy about it.
This is Janeway. We're detecting some unusual gamma radiation levels near your position. We're having trouble getting a clear scan. I don't like the look of it. Try recalibrating your multi-spatial sensor array. That should provide a better reading. Let me know what you find out there. That level of radiation could hide a lot of things, including the Borg.
The multi-spatial sensor array has been recalibrated, Captain.
Picking up a transwarp signature. It's right on top of us! The Borg!
Oh no! This wasn't hinted at all!
The Borg are attacking us as well. Use full impulse to reach us quickly.
You know, if I had the captain ability available right now, I would just use evasive maneuvers to get there fast. Wow, was I really needed for that? I mean,
this is the emergency medical hologram aboard the
torpedo
USS
spread did a fair enough job without me.
I've lost contact with the bridge. I am unable to contact Commander Davis for new instructions. The Kittimer is being overwhelmed by Borg boarding parties. These Borg are different than the ones in my history records. They seem disconnected somehow. They're strange, but still quite dangerous. I am an emergency medical hologram, not a miracle worker.
Oh hey, one of the few instances in this game where your actual class of officer actually comes into play.
If the bridge was attacked in the Borg,
And yet it means nothing.
Captain Yim may have activated the EMH to alert us. I'm reading a few probes from the Kittimer in the system. Looks like they were conducting research here before the Borg attacked. I want you to collect data from those probes. Let's see if we can get to the bottom of this. We'll send teams to aid the Kittimer while you collect that data. One more thing. If you or your crew are unable to tackle this, speak up now. I know firsthand what fighting the Borg can do, even to seasoned officers. I've linked the Iota point to your map. Scan there while we see to the Kittimer.
Can't wait to get the Galaxy class I want, so I can join the rest of the people doing this post on the Star Trek Online Facebook group.
Good. Head for probe number 2. One last probe, and we should be able to assemble all of the data. Send us the data so we can begin our analysis.
You know what? I'm not going to send it until I'm back with you guys, because I know you guys are going to get ambushed. Okay.
We have your data, and our science team is analyzing it now. Our tactical teams have eliminated the Borg boarding parties on the Kittimer. Why do you ask?
There is an 88.47% chance that you will need my help. I have 75 million gigaquads of computer memory and an extensive library of files and military tactics and command strategies. I believe I can spare a few bits of processing power for you.
Borg transwarp signatures detected. All hands, battle stations.
They're firing. I need help.
Wow, what took you guys so long? I love the fact that the Kittimer is now a Sovereign class starship. Even though it wasn't initially a Sovereign class ship in earlier versions of this game. Can't really complain though, the Sovereign class is still one of the ships I really like the look of. Wait, did the Kittimer just get destroyed? Oh. What the heck?
Multiple Borg warp signatures detected. It's an invasion force.
We are the Borg. From this time forward, your culture will adapt to service ours.
We're outnumbered. There's no way we can...
You know, just leaving alone Spear is a little bit arrogant, and I felt the Borg were not arrogant.
Concentrate fire on that Spear.
Then again, I've seen quite a few Borg episodes to know that's really not quite true.
Direct hit.
All right, here's how I see it, Captain. The Borg are using the Polyp system as a staging area. Our long-range sensors are picking up inbound transwarp signatures. Based on our analysis, their most likely target is the Vega system. There's a civilian colony there, and if the Borg take it, they'll have a large population to assimilate. The Kittimer is in bad shape, and they took heavy casualties as well. We're still working on triage and restoring their critical systems. Which leads me to our next course of action. I want you to go to the Vega colony and warn them about the Borg. Voyager and Chimera are better equipped to hold off the Borg and assist the Kittimer. We'll do what we can, but it'll be up to you to warn the Vega colonists. It's not just a matter of can, Captain. It's a matter of must. We'll buy you as much time as we can. You should have enough time to warn the colony. I've hailed Starfleet Command and requested backup, but you and I know we can't wait for them to arrive. Vega colony can't wait.
We have to make our way to Vega as soon as we can, Captain. I just hope we're not too late to warn the colony. Are you ready to go?
Yes, I'm ready to go.
Shields up! Red alert!
You know, I would have loved to see them keep some of the voice acting from Aaron Eisenberg to supplement Catherine Janeway. But I guess it could be worse. And by the way, that small noise in the background is I'm also playing Star Trek Fleet Command as well as doing this. For some reason, I have a bit of an ADD thing.
Good luck.
Congratulations.
Oh hey, I get evasive maneuvers.
Combat does not take place in sector space.
which is actually super useful. I actually use that a lot in combat. So, now that we finally got past the tutorial, this character is going to be meant for just streaming. So, whenever I decide to stream this game, expect to see this character all the time. That being said, though, there might be a few points where I might show off my other
now
characters.
My heart can start beating again. What are your orders, Captain? Tivrel managed to establish a comm link with Willa Post, the administrator of Vega Colony. It's not a great signal, but it's the best we're gonna get. Putting her through now.
Greetings, Captain. Is there something I can do for you today? Repeat, please. Your signal is breaking up. Did you say the Borg? What about it?
I have lost contact with Vega Colony, sir. Something is blocking all subspace signals in this area. Even our hails to the civilian ships are not getting through. There is a communication satellite nearby. It should boost our signal sufficiently to inform the freighters of the danger and warn the colony.
To be honest, this part of the tutorial is not really something I'm really into. The opening parts of the tutorial were a lot better. You know, grab your attention kind of thing. But this part here, I don't know how I feel about this part. I find it a little more dull than exciting. To be honest, that's a bit like some of the filler episodes in regular Star Trek episodes. Still love Star Trek, though. I grew up on the thing, so I have a soft spot for it.
Our hails are still blocked, sir. The Borg may be attempting to isolate the planet before they land. Your orders, sir.
The Borg are jamming up any remote signals. It's not safe to beam through that. I think I can boost the gain, though.
Transwarp conduits opening all over the system, Captain. The Borg are here. Those civilian ships are right in the Borg's path. We have to help them.
I noticed that some of these freighters have been redesigned, which is fine. I kind of like the new redesign. Still, it'd probably make more sense if they had like some decommissioned versions of Starfleet ships. Or heck, the model of the Kobayashi Maru is now in the game. You can replace some of these freighter vessels with that. You know, add a little more variety. You know, not every freighter is going to fly the same ship.
Captain, I have short-range communications. Long-range signals are still blocked. I can contact the planet and have informed Administrator Post of the situation. However, the Borg have already landed and are moving toward the colony. It may be more prudent to retreat back to the Chimera, sir.
Borg landing craft detected nearby. Captain, there are civilian ships engaging them.
I believe I can send a message to
Why do I
those
feel like
ships.
that's suicide?
Civilian ships, you are ordered to disengage and retreat. We will cover you.
What's funny is, really, this is the only time you actually fight planetary assimilation probes. At least in space. You do see them later when they've already landed, but almost begs the question, what's the point of the model? The worst thing about plasma torpedoes is the constant bleed
Captain,
damage.
the Borg have landed, and the colony won't be able to hold them off for long. I recommend beaming down to Vega and getting as many people out as we can. Captain, according to our readings, over half the planet is already assimilated by the Borg. At the rate they're progressing, the region we're in will be overrun in roughly 1 hour. And if that wasn't bad enough, the interference is affecting the ship's transporters. No, sir. I'll follow your lead. That's one of those Borg ships from orbit. Are we too late? Those landing ships don't just carry drones. They can pump nanoprobes directly into the ground and the atmosphere. We need to hurry. The Borg will be in this area soon.
Look, I forgot this is Strant.
Ava! The Borg are everywhere! Oh. Thank you. Thank you. I don't want to be assimilated. Thank you. I don't want to be assimilated.
Leave the gate closed! We have to get out of here!
And leave the others to die? We have to help them.
I don't care! We need to escape! Starfleet!
Starfleet's here. Oh, thank God. Please, you have to help us. Thank you. We didn't know if anyone from Starfleet got our distress signal, and we don't have any weapons. But we do have some spare armor suits for you and your officer. They're in the crates next to the gate.
What I love is that in the older version of the game, you could have attached the armor suit and gave you a unique look to your character. In this one, you just have to go to the tailor to do that. And this is one of the results of not changing too much when you tampered with the tutorial. You notice I've got 3 crew members and I was only given 2 sets of armor. Because of that, one of my crew members is going to have to go without. Or, technically, I can go without. Oh, wrong person. There we go. Yeah, I should be fine without armor. What?
Oh, no.
Wait a minute, hold on.
We're too late.
Hey! I can collect more armor. You know, I complain about that stuff, but then I see stuff like this, and I'm like, maybe they did change that stuff. I do like in the tutorial you don't need a frequency remodulator until much later in the campaign. By then you're a high level using better equipment. Heck, if you play your cards right, you could already have some stuff from Reputation, which is pretty good.
They almost... Oh, if you had...
I just saw you guys beam out. What the heck? So we're just gonna leave these drone models standing here. Okay, fine. Beam out the civilians.
Please, help the others. There's more Borg here.
Is this a canon way they assimilate a planet? It seems a little inefficient. And what's the point of replacing the dirt and concrete with, like, cybernetics? I mean, there's nothing really organic about those, so what's the point? And by the way, I'm wearing the Picard uniform, but if I'm going to be honest, I prefer the later seasons of the Picard uniform.
What's the situation? I see. And it's true. Vega is doomed. A single starship cannot hope to stop.
I mean, don't get me wrong, this one's perfectly fine and acceptable, but for Pete's sakes, I'd rather have the tips on the collar rather than on the chest. I mean, there's chest decorations I would love to add, but the rank gets covered up by those. And of course you could say, well, why don't you just forego the rank and just put that? Well, I enjoy putting the rank on the uniform.
Coles and I have been trying to get around the interference field. Thank you for tagging the people you found and getting them safely transported to your ship. No, there are dozens more hiding out in the buildings, but Coles and I have a plan. We think a pattern enhancer will do the trick. With that, we can transport the remaining citizens to your ship. But first, I'd like to offer you some equipment. Vega was a trade colony, and this gear was intended to go to Starbase 65. I think you need it more. But first, I'd like to offer you some equipment. Vega was a trade colony, and this gear was intended to go to Starbase 65. I think you need it more.
Okay, where's this gear? Oh, there it is.
You have received a kit appropriate
Okay,
to your
let's
profession. Press the options button and open your inventory under the ship anchor
have
heading.
this thing.
Select the kit in your inventory to equip it. With a kit equipped, you will have new abilities that you can perform in ground combat.
Oh, right. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and get these activated.
We have lowered shields for the transporters, sir. I will need to raise them at the first sign of Borg ships.
Go ahead and set these down for now. Oh, so when the Borg start popping in, they'll run into our minds and, well, boom. Okay, I think you can only place 2 sets, though.
Pattern enhancers are working.
Without replacing the other set.
The Borg moving this way. I'll do that. How long do you think you can hold off the Borg?
Okay. Coles, what are you doing? Oh.
Remember when we thought fighting a Borg sphere was the worst thing that could happen today?
Concentrate fire on the Borg. We need to keep them away from the civilians.
Yeah, that's kind of what the mines were set there for.
Another group of civilians is beamed to the ship, Captain.
However, I'm not used to them spawning out of the side like this. Got one behind us.
Shields are back up, sir, but most Borg vessels are warping to our location. We have detected a timer generator near your position. There is a 94...
Why does she have the frightened end model? She's a Vulcan! They don't show emotion!
Thank you for everything you've done. Even though it was impossible to save everyone, those you did save will be forever in your debt.
Glad to do anything I can. I was born on Vega. There's no way I'm sitting by and letting the Borg take it without a fight.
All right, Coles, you're gonna see friends who've been assimilated. Don't hesitate.
I know the drill. Just never expected any Borg here.
Okay, well. Why does my phaser only have a stun setting when they have a wide setting? Why does my phaser only have a stun setting when they have a wide setting? For Pete's sakes, I took out that group rather fast.
Knew that one. We played poker last night.
Get together, Coles. Okay, I have to admit, this part's pretty cool.
That drone, it's Captain Taggart!
The Borg are activating the transport inhibitor. We need to disable that force field.
You know, they still never really explained what the point of assimilating Captain Taggart was instead of just, oh, I don't know, killing him.
Active, systematic, evil. I'm gonna go with evil.
Bust out the heavy weapons. Okay, I think we've gotten everyone. Assimilate this.
We need to help Captain Taggart! Initiating emergency medical transport.
Okay, here's a question. What's the point of saving Captain Taggart if we can't save everyone else?
The ship is transporting anyone they can get a lock on, Captain, but we don't have much time. We need to get back as soon as possible.
And again, assimilating dirt. What's the
I
point?
don't think we could fit one more soul on this ship. Communications are still jammed, so we can't reach the Renown or the Kittimer. The immediate problem is the civilian ships in this system. Vega's a huge trading outpost. There are always ships traveling here. We need to warn them the Borg have taken over. Possibly, but what we need to do is hightail it out of here with these civilians. Of course, the path to the satellites does lead away from the planet, so we could remotely reconfigure them as we leave. The message won't get very far, but anyone who enters the system will get the signal and be able to turn around before it's too late. Multiple probes inbound. I don't think the Borg like us hanging around.
Really? We'll give that away. And this is why I like evasive maneuvers. It gives me a small boost of speed when I can't actually use full impulse. It gives me a small boost of speed when I can't actually use full impulse.
Never thought I'd wish I was back at the academy studying for the astrometrics final.
From this time forward,
I mean, you guys kind of realize space is dangerous, right? In the words of Q, it's glorious. There are wonders out there to discover, but it's not for the faint of heart.
Sir, there are several fast-moving ships on sensors. No way to contact them, and I can't tell if they're friend or foe.
Oh boy.
Guess it's our time to go out in a blaze of glory.
All hands, this is Admiral Janeway. Target that cube and open fire.
Let me go!
You've done well. Now let's finish this.
Gosh, that tractor beam is annoying. Oh, that's the USS Starfinder. I thought for certain that was the Enterprise F for some reason. Which is now canon, mind you.
Sorry about the delay. Dealing with the Borg and Pollux took longer than I'd have liked. As you can see, Starfleet got our request for backup. More ships are on the way. Oh, you'd be surprised, Captain. Mirandas are a lot tougher than you think. That ship helped you save a lot of lives here today. Treat her well, and she'll do a lot more for you and your crew. I want you to return to Earth space dock. Admiral Quinn will want a full report from us. Meet me in his office after you arrive.
Captain Volok told us to get to Earth space dock in...
Look, they didn't even change his voice.
We need to get the civilians to safety. And I don't think I can handle any more excitement.
I'll see you back at Earth space dock, Captain. One more thing. Try not to pick any more fights with the Borg before you get there. I think you've had enough excitement for now. Janeway out.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
Okay. Off to... Earth. That way we can get our Galaxy class, and then, I don't know, I might call the stream there. Get our Galaxy class, and then, I don't know, I might call the stream there. There's one thing I always enjoy is getting a good panoramic view of the ship as she flies. How long is it gonna take us to get there? Here we go. Okay.
Starfleet welcomes its allies from the Romulan Republic to Earth. Docking Bay 12 offline.
Okay, what is going on with these people? Oh, someone already wants me to join an alliance. On that, I think I'd leave that to you guys. Leave in the comments if you feel like we should join an alliance. Leave in the comments if you feel like we should join an alliance. That's actually a really cool combination. The medical coat with the classic TNG.
Greetings. How can I assist you today? Or in the future? Well, where do I start? I'm 157 years old. That's only because I spent 90 years caught in a temporal distortion in the Typhon Expanse, serving as an ensign under Captain Morgan Bateson on the USS Bozeman. Much of the crew of the Bozeman found it difficult to integrate back into Starfleet. So much had changed. The Temporal Intelligence Agency took in many of my shipmates, due to our first-hand knowledge of events that occurred in the past. So, that's where I ended up. An encounter, you say? Something temporal in nature, I assume. That's protocol in these sorts of cases, but rarely do Starfleet officers actually follow through. I can do a quick scan for chronoton radiation. That will tell me what I need to know. I am getting some light chronoton radiation from you. You were exposed to someone from the future, it seems. But not too far. By these readings, I'd say a maximum of 18 months from the day you encountered them. That's not entirely out of the question. There's been a steady flow of new starship captains and field promotions in the wake of all the crises going on in the galaxy. Someone like yourself could definitely be an admiral in a relatively short amount of time. This looks to be a Tesseract-based receiver. Where did you get it? I see. You're not the first to receive one of these from the future. Admiral Archer had a similar device when he was captain of the First Enterprise. These are used to send back information, and in some cases, physical objects from the future. I believe that if you were to do specific tasks that benefit the future, items useful to you could be sent back in time for you to use. Well, I see.
Your future self has a Tesseract communication receiver. Using this device will open the Delta Recruit UI.
Ah, there you are. It's good to see you in person. I've already filed my report with the Admiral. He's waiting for yours now. You've showed exemplary performance under duress. You saved a lot of people, including Captain Taggart. You stood tall against the Borg in combat. That's a lot to face as a cadet on a training cruise, but you handled it all very well. I've said as much in my report. Now, more than ever, Starfleet needs its best and brightest officers out there to defend the Federation and uphold the ideals that make it strong. Officers like you. I can't speak for the Admiral, but I believe you and your crew have a bright future ahead. Don't mention it. For now, duty calls. You have a report to give, and I'll be meeting with the Admiralty to discuss plans for the Vega situation. Take care.
We have a lot to discuss, Cadet.
Yes, I see that here in the report filed by Admiral Janeway. She granted you a field promotion to give you seniority over the rest of the active crew of your ship. As a cadet, you were assigned to an Academy training cruise under Captain Taggart, his acting first officer, correct? Facing off against a Borg invasion force within hours of leaving Starfleet Academy? You've had quite a day. In your own words, tell me what happened out there.
That's quite the story.
Don't worry. I have statements here from Admiral Janeway, Captain Nog, and Administrator Post from Vega Colony corroborating your story. All three of them cite your bravery and command skills, as well as you and your crew's willingness to put yourselves in harm's way to preserve the lives of others.
And you're exactly the kind of officer Starfleet needs. I know your ship might not be the Enterprise, but I think you've proven yourself capable of sitting in her captain's chair. Under normal circumstances, it would take you years of work to get your own command. But these are not normal circumstances. We're at war with the Klingon Empire. The Borg have returned. I'm losing more trained officers and ships than I can spare. Ships we can build, but leaders with courage and honor? Those are harder to find. It's time to try something different. I need someone who can handle themselves in a crisis and get the best out of their crew. Even though you're young, I think you're that person. I hereby promote you to the rank of lieutenant and give you command of the ship. Don't disappoint me.
Captain Taggart went through hell. He's on the road to a full recovery, thanks to you. Don't dwell on the negative. The lives you saved on your ship in Vega Colony are what matter the most here. Now it's up to you and your crew to continue to honor Starfleet as you carve out your own legacy.
Unfortunately, Vega is lost. Starfleet Command will meet with Federation President Enoch O'Keg and the Federation Council to determine our next steps. For now, Starfleet vessels will patrol the outskirts of the Vega system to ensure no Borg escape. Do you have any further questions? You will be assigned to the Klingon front, but first, you could use some new equipment for your ship. I have some improved consoles developed by the Starfleet Corps of Engineers. These consoles can be installed on your ship to improve its abilities. As you improve in rank, you will earn better consoles. Other ships you will command throughout your career will have space for many more. When you're done here, go see Dur's racks to customize your starship's appearance.
Okay, so now let's get our hands on the ship I mentioned. So the only way to get it is via the Zen store, or I think actually from the So the only way to get it is via the Zen store, or I think actually from the ship vendor. So, if you notice, I have the Terran Silas, however you say that, battle cruiser, but I'm not using that one. Instead, I'm using the legendary Command Exploration cruiser. So we'll claim that. Let's go ahead and rename her. I'm going to rename her the Santa Marie. Give me a moment. My spelling is off. I do not know how words work. Oh, there we go. We'll go ahead and give her a new registry number. We'll say she's 45697. And then we're going to add the D, because again, we are excited for the return of the Enterprise D. And with that, let's go change our ships over, go to the ship tailor to actually get her to be a Galaxy class. Right. I rather want some rear torpedoes. In fact, in this instance, let's go ahead and change out some of these weapons. We're also going to change out some of these equipment, consoles, stuff like that. Okay, I think that's the best I can do there as far as getting the Santa Marie combat ready. that. We are now ready to make this a Galaxy class. Oh, I want it to be similar to the Enterprise D. Gotta do a little bit of more work. Similar to the Enterprise D. Gotta do a little bit of more work. There we go. And I have the Galaxy class bridge unlocked, which means, yeah. And I have the Galaxy class bridge unlocked, which means, yeah. Yeah, I can hear the echo on the recording. Oh, well. So, yay. Isn't she a beauty? Ugh. Man, seeing a Galaxy class again almost brings a tear to my eye. Man, seeing a Galaxy class again almost brings a tear to my eye. I normally would change out the.
We have a diplomatic mission for you. An important Vulcan ambassador is traveling from his homeworld to the monastery at Pagen. Capturing the ambassador would be a major coup for the Klingons or Orions, so we're assigning you to make sure everything goes smoothly. You were to escort Ambassador Soketh to Pagen. Please meet him. So
we're going to go ahead and start this
speak with him about
mission. We might actually put the Santa Marie through her paces with a patrol mission first, but we're going to actually tackle diplomatic orders the next stream. And of course, the first order of business, the main thing I'm more concerned about, should we just keep the starting crew that we got, or should we replace them as soon as we can? Let me know in the comments. And now, I usually change out the crew uniform to match mine, but we'll decide that once we get a definitive response from anyone. I really hate that echo. Ain't she a beauty? Oh man, she's beautiful. She's beautiful.
My friend sacrificed so much to secure peace with the Klingons. I bear the responsibility for the consequences to him and his crew. A thought that troubles me to this day. The hope was that this alliance would last forever. It did not. The Klingons have chosen war. The Federation is doing its utmost to protect its borders and the billions of innocents who call this space home. But I fear that this conflict may be our undoing.
So, like I said, we're going to put her through her paces via a patrol mission first. And then the next stream, we will actually do diplomatic orders. Bria system actually has a patrol mission. Yep. Okay, let's get this. Let's do this. Weapons are ready, though limited. Well, at least we got them. Weapons are ready, though limited. At least we got them. We're gonna grab some of these R&D materials. I don't plan on doing that on stream, but if I want some better gear that I can hand make, it'd probably be a good idea. I won't do it on stream itself, but But at least know that if I have some better gear than what I have right now, you know why. I say for this last enemy we're about to go up against, let's activate the saucer separation. I say for this last enemy we're about to go up against, let's activate the saucer I'm always curious as to why in the world in this game the Galaxy class turns so slowly. There is no inertia, so it should be about as fast as it should be able to turn about as well as a fighter. What is that saucer doing? So return her to one piece.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
With that. And so we'll start and end each of our streams on the glorious bridge of the USS Enterprise. So with that in mind, thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys for joining us.